We want to learn as much as we can about native plants and sustainable landscaping in Florida. In order to do that, we figured the best thing we could do is actually create a landscape here where we could observe, we could do the work ourselves, and we would have essentially a trial and demonstration garden on our campus. This team started with Mark Russell. We felt very strongly that we needed to bring someone on board who was an excellent leader, who had a passion for horticulture and design and a passion for sustainability. It just so happens that Mark was available, and we were very fortunate to bring him on.
Shortly after I started here at Cherrylake, I found out that Timothy Sallin was reading the same book that I was, and it's called Planting in a Post-Wild World. And it's all about shifting our landscaping to native plants that will sustain and revive our ecosystems. And one of the chapters was about something called the edge, and that's where one ecosystem kind of transitions into another. So we decided that doing an edge planting here at Cherrylake with a lot of different species of Florida native plants was the best way for us to start to learn how to produce these plants here in the nursery, how to install them, and then ultimately, once we're done with this planting, how to maintain them.
You know, we had some challenges in sourcing plant material. In order to trial new varieties, we really needed to grow a lot of the material ourselves. We had to learn how to grow herbaceous perennials and wildflowers.
Our production team has done a tremendous amount of learning because they've literally produced 18 species of wildflower that they had never done before from seed.
I work in the greenhouse, so my job is to grow these plants and see what we can grow for the planting and plant the seeds, which then grow into the crop to be used for the planting. Mark talked to us about what seeds he wanted to grow. We grew the seeds, and then from there we also discussed what would work best. We collaborated with irrigation and things like that to make sure the plants get sufficient water.
So that happened quite organically. A lot of our team members here at Cherrylake started to join as we needed more and more people to participate. And we also had a lot of collaboration from outside Cherrylake, working with individuals like Mark Gotts at Green Isle Gardens and with the team at Dix Height and others at UF. And it's really been fantastic to see the interest from the outside.
The cooperation during this whole project has been amazing, and there are so many different departments that have been involved with this, and Cherrylake is a very integrated organization. So, you know, it started with the design, and then we worked with our production team on what they were going to grow, and you know, they've really excelled at that, and they've done an amazing job. And then the construction division stepped in, and they installed all the large trees on the planting, as well as some shrubs and some palms. And our irrigation department has come out and made adjustments when needed, just to make sure that everything is working as it should. So it's, you know, the whole process has been very integrated between the different departments here at Cherrylake, and everything has just gone tremendously well. This first edge planting has 46 trees. It's got over 300 ornamental grasses, and it's got literally thousands of wildflowers. There's a lot of plant material there. There's a lot of different varieties, and we're going to learn about all of them. When it comes to really influencing a shift in people's perceptions to use Florida native plants, that's been the barrier for decades, is that people just haven't seen Florida native gardens that really resonate with them from an aesthetic standpoint.
Natives get a bad rep for being unruly and wild, and I think this planting is really going to help that. So down the line, I hope people can look at it and be inspired to plant natives in their own yards.
As far as the design goes, the inspiration was really based on nature itself. I've just always loved being outside, you know, even as a young child, and just finding a place where there was some woods or a stream or a river, a meadow, And so, just understanding how difficult it is for us to try to recreate nature, that's really been my inspiration. What's driving me is just to do the best that we can as a team here to complete this project and just have it look and feel natural as people are viewing it from the road and as people are viewing it while they're walking through it.
The most exciting thing about this project for me is putting natives back into the landscape. Natives are such an important plant and to our environment and our ecosystems. So the most exciting part is I get to grow these plants to put them back into the landscape. So it's like giving back to nature, which is exciting.
Florida is a beautiful state. It's one of the most amazing places in the world. And a lot of people want to live here. And I think we owe it to the people who are moving here, as well as to our children, to do a better job at managing our natural resources. There's no doubt in my mind that the way we landscape is a big piece of the puzzle for managing water, promoting biodiversity, and generally protecting and conserving the environmental resources that Florida has to offer.